They filed an answer, SMNI filed an answer on January 19.
Yeah, Attorney
Uh,
Tolentino.
We also filed a motion for reconsideration with respect to the suspension of the indefinite suspension, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, that we also filed an explanation on the allegation that we operated a radio station in region.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is still in connection with your question regarding the suspension. As you have said, I believe that the suspension was dated December 19, 2023, and it was supposedly to expire on January 20, 2024. However, we have found out, and everybody knows this, that in spite of the suspension order given by NTC to SMNI, SMNI was still operating. So may I know from NTC, from the time that you issued the order, ilang araw pa sila nag-ooperate or hanggang ngayon nag-ooperate pa po ba sila? December 21 pala yung suspension order. But they were still operating. Ilang araw pa sila nag-operate?
Mr. Chair. Yes, Your Honor. Based on the submissions by our regional offices, our regional office in Region 6 indicated in the report that there was one station in Rojas. We'll have to check the
In Region 6, I believe.
in Region 6, Mr. Chair, and it was reported that there were indications that the station of SMNI in the area is still on air. So that was the basis of our the basis of that information, Mr. Chair.
Gaano katagal sila nag-operate since nung December 21?
The report, we received that report around December 27, Mr. Chair.
So pagdating ng December 27, nag-stop na sila pag-operate, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, around that time, it was reported that most of the stations had already been off air. But for this particular station, as reported by our region at around that time, they indicated the report that there was still a station on air in the area.
Is still
Because
operating up to this date?
We will have to confirm, Your Honor, but around that time, it was confirmed that they were still on air.
So what do you plan to do? Are there any sanctions for the defiance of the suspension? Because clearly, SMNI thinks that they are above the law. NTC is mandated to supervise radio stations. Yun po ang mandato ninyo eh. But in this case, in spite of the order, hindi sinunod ng SMNI. Ganun naman talaga ang ugali nila. They think even the radio programs, ang tingin nila, sila na ang ikangang hari, no? So, are you not planning to impose sanctions on the defiance of the order?
Mr. Chair, that was also taken into account when the NTC eventually issued the CDO on 18 January. So this was taken into account by the Commission, Mr. Chair.
So in short, Mr. Chair, yung expiry na January 20, in-extend na naman ninyong suspension nila.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And this time, meron bang prescription period? Is there a timeline or is this indefinitely suspended?
It's a we issued the CDO, Mr. Chair, and the duration of that is pending hearing and final consideration of the admin case that is now that's now before the commission. So that's the duration of the CDO.
So it's open-ended. Walang nakalagay doon ang date. Until such time that the yung case will be resolved. Hindi po ba?
Correct, Mr. Chair.
So ano na yung status ng nung case nila?
Mr. Chair, the SMNI already filed their answer, and the NTC is now reviewing their submissions. So that is at the moment, that is the status of the case, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, as of this time, have you verified all over the regions, wala na talagang nag-ooperate?
Based on latest submissions, Mr. Chair, that is the information that we have.
Can we file a case against SMNI regarding the defiance of the suspension order, Mr. Chair? As far as your mandate is concerned, hindi dito sa Kongreso, kundi ang sa mandato ninyo. If an airing or a defiant TV station does not follow your orders, ano ba ang nakalagay sa mandato ninyo? Is there a need to file a case against them? Or this could be one of the factors that could lead to the revocation of the franchise? Ano ba ang nakalagay dun sa mandato ninyo?
The NTC can take cognizance of that, Mr. Chair, but I believe that in this particular case, we can take that into account, incorporating already in this administrative case that we already have, Mr. Chair.
During the previous hearings, Mr. Chair, we've also found out there were other cases that were filed against SMNI, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
So as of this moment, ilan po ang kaso ng SMNI na nakafile sa NTC?
There's one case there's a complaint filed against SMNI under administrative case 2020-207, Mr. Chair.
And what is the nature of this case, Mr. Chair? This case, rather.
It's a complaint filed by it's complaint on Empeño Kadapan Palabay regarding the interview conducted and also on the allegations about the Vice President, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so let me proceed, Mr. Chair. During the previous hearings, as I've said, the 4 items in this agenda is interrelated, no? Well, anyway, I might sound redundant, but I would just like to refresh, and for the evaluation of this committee, that this committee was able to establish the violations of SMNI, which I certainly believe is a ground for the revocation of their franchise. We already discussed thoroughly one of their violations is violation of Section 4 of Republic Act 11422, and that is the responsibility to the public, which in fact, kaya nga nagkaroon ng hearing dito dahil yung pinalabas silang fake news about the travel allowance. And even the resource persons then admitted na hindi cleared yung source sila, and they admitted that nasunog sila, that in journalist parlance, they were burned of the fake news that relate to them, but pinalabas pa rin nila sa programa nila yun. So clearly, this is in violation of Section 4. Now, we were also able to establish, Mr. Chair, so that the members will be refreshed. They have also violated Section number 10 of Republic Act 11422, sale, lease, transfer, grant, or use of tract or assignment of franchise. Na ipaibigay po natin, na ipahayag po natin dito, there was a change of ownership which was not reported to this committee. It is very clear in your franchise that any change of ownership must be reported within 60 days to this committee, of which SMNI did not do. So clearly, and then on the third violation, the dispersal of ownership. Na with this section, SMNI is mandated to disperse their ownership 30% to Filipinos, no? Ilang taon na sila nag-operate? I think more than 25 years. Pero hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin nila ginagawa. And of course, Section 12, which is the reportorial requirement. Mr. Chair, sa dami ho ng mga ikangang violations na ginawa ng SMNI, I believe that this committee should study and well, this is my personal opinion, based on the facts, based on the previous hearings, that indeed it is very clear that SMNI violated sections, not only one, but 4 sections of their franchise, and they should be made answerable to that. As I've said clearly before, that the franchise given to any entity is not a right but a privilege. It is very clear in the Constitution, Congress has the power to grant, to repeal, or revoke, or amend. And in this case, nakikita ko po talaga sa dami ng naagrabyado. In fact, I will not delve into anymore. Meron pa nga nagpadala sa akin ngayon, ang daming mga personal attacks against the members of the committee, including the chairman. We're not taking this personally sa inyo, itong pag-hearing natin, but it is very clear naman po talaga na meron po kayong violations. So, Mr. Chair, I still have that position that this committee should really consider the revocation of the franchise of the MNI. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Vice Chair Pimentel. Next in the
Chairman.
yes, the Honorable Caraps.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just, Mr. In line with the line of question of Congressman Pimentel, with regards to the violations and the case now with NTC, can we direct the NTC, Mr. Chairman, to submit all those pertinent documents with regard to the case and the communication between SMNI and NTC? Para po makita namin, then that might be the basis for each and every one, no?
Yeah.
For the decision with regards to the revocation or not of the franchise of SMNI. Can they submit po sa committee? Lahat po ng communication,
NTC.
Yes, Mr. Chair,
NTC,
Your Honor.
the request of the Honorable Paduano is that all documents pertaining to this particular case, their appeals, your reply, your suspension orders from 30 days to indefinite, and the basis of that should be given to the committee.
Last one point. NTC, yung airing ba doon sa Region 6 in which you issue a cease and desist order, do you have really the proof?
Mr. Chair, the basis of this was the report submitted by our regions. Our region.
And what is the content of that report and the facts with regards to that report? Kasi pwede pong nag-report yung tao nyo doon, pero baka wala rin kayong hawak na proof.
They submit the report included photos of may mga photo po of the programs being monitored at that time when it was monitored, and that was the basis of this that was submitted to the central office, Mr. Chair, and that was taken into account by the NTC when we collated all the reports from the region, Mr. Chair.
Chairman, please submit also that report coming from your regional office to this committee. Thank you, Chairman.
Before we proceed, the chair would like to recognize our senior deputy speaker from the 3rd District of Pampanga, the Honorable Aurelio Dong Gonzalez Jr. Welcome, sir. And of course, from the 1st District of Northern Samar, the Honorable Paul Ruiz Daza. Welcome to the committee hearing.
Another interjection, Mr.
Yes, I think
Chair, as regards to the as regards to the points by Representative Pimentel. Am I?
Yes,
Teka muna.
please.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, kasi sa monitoring natin, so when the NTC already filed or have this yung suspension. So na-monitor pa natin, Mr. Chair, doon sa studio ng SMNI doon sa Makati City ay nag-broadcast pa, no, at nakita natin 3 weeks ago, Mr. Chair, at nandoon yun. So na-monitor ba yan ng SMNI, Mr. Chair, sa Makati studio ng SMNI?
The studio operations, ma'am, is iba rin po from the transmission side. So ang ano po namin is the transmission where the signals emanate.
Mag-register ka. Line of questioning mo.
Okay.
Iwala yung sa'yo. Kasi mahaba yan.
Oo, sige. So yun lang.
Very much, the Honorable Franz Castro. The chair recognizes the Honorable Arlene D. Broses. Welcome to the Committee of Gabriela Party List. Thank you po.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, meron din po silang website, smninewschannel.com.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Sa TikTok din, Mr. Chair, at SMNI News.
Yes po.
Meron din po sa WeTV at SMNI News.
Not so familiar with Mr. Chair, but we are operating online on different platforms.
Kasi Mr. Chair, sa mga online materials na SMNI, sa mga social media accounts, nandiyan din po yung app na WeTV. So, if hindi po familiar ang officers, ako na lang po mag-inform sa kanila that they are on WeTV. Mr. Chair, sa Rumble, may ganito din pong app. rumble.com/user/SMNI News.
Rumble, yes, we have.
Okay. And Mr. Chair, sa Facebook, ano po ang account ngayon ng SMNI sa Facebook?
It is by program po, kung anong title ng program, since unfortunately, every time po meron kaming Facebook page ay nawawala po siya bigla.
So marami po, iba-iba based sa program ang Facebook accounts.
Programs po.
How about sa Instagram?
Manuel, the chair recognizes the next interpreter, the Honorable Franz Castro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So pagpapatuloy lang, no, Mr. Chair, nung aking tanong po kanina, kasi binanggit naman ni Representative Raul Manuel yung mga iba't ibang mga platform bukod po doon sa kanilang doon sa kanilang franchise, no, na tinitignan natin ngayon. Talagang sa lahat ng platform talagang kumakalat yan, katulad ng ngayon, no, yung mga red tagging, yung mga misinformation ay talagang pinagpapatuloy pa rin, at narinig naman natin, no, inaamin talaga ng ng mga board of directors and officers na talagang inaalaw nila, di ba? Kahit na walang betting or yung mga opinion or nakikita natin diyan na talagang lantaran na misinformation, red tagging, or kahit na opinion na ito, no, napatunayan naman natin kahit na yung special rapporteur, nire-red tag pa rin. Ginagawa nilang rapporteur daw ng communist terrorist or terorista. Mr. Chair, may papakita lang ako, no, na isa rin sa false information kasiraan sa akin para magpatunay pa rin na yung ginagamit ng SMNI, yung kanilang franchise, no, doon sa yung violation nila doon sa Section 4. Particular, hindi ko na ito po babasahin noon. Mr. Chair, pinag-usapan dyan sa programa. Nakita naman yung mga comment, no? Talagang nakakatawa, no? At malayo-malayo yan sa katotohanan. Hindi mapagkatiwalaan at tulisan daw ako. Anyway, gusto ko lang ipakita dyan, Mr. Chair, na sinasabi dyan na nangungulekta daw ako ng 20 pesos. At narinig nyo naman po, sabi nung Celis, kung pondong pampubliko yan, kahit trust fund pa yan, dahil union dues daw, it is still a public fund. Pwedeng managot si Franz Castro at ang act sa plunder. But ito yung sinasabi nila, Mr. Chair, na union dues. So 2012 pa po ako nag-retire. from the service. At ito mga pinag-uusapan nila ay pangungulekta daw ng union dues at matagal na rin akong wala doon sa union ng Alliance of Concerned Teachers ng Quezon City, no, ng Quezon City Public School Teachers. Kaya pinag-uusapan diyan, saan daw napupunta, saan ko daw nilalagay yung pondo na kinokolekta daw ng union dues. So alam ba ng board ng SMNI, Mr. Chair, itong ganitong episode? So nagkaroon ba kayo po ng ng verification tungkol doon sa mga information na pinalabas po dito sa episode na ito ng SMNI? Kay Ma'am San Pedro po.
Yes po. Mr. Chair, yan pong lahat ay dumadaan po sa production team hanggang sa desk po ng SMNI.
Okay, so nakita niyo yung mga information na nandiyan. So kinausap niyo lang po diyan sa programa na yan ay yung sinasabi nilang whistleblower daw. Hindi ko nga kilala yung isa doon. Alam ko yung isa doon, yung teacher na nagsasabi na nasa payslip daw yung 20 pero hindi naman nasasabi na kinolekta ko yon or napupunta sa akin po yon. So wala po kayong pagbibet, no? Hindi man lang po kayo nagtanong or hindi ba man lang nag-verify ang inyong team, yung inyong team kaugnay doon sa sinasabi pong information. Ma'am San Pedro, Mr. Chair.
Yes po. Yes, Mr. Chair. Madam Congressman, naririnig ko po sa programa ng Laban Kasama ang Bayan over and over na kayo po ay iniimbita sa kanilang programa. At ngayon po, I would also like to extend this invitation to you na umattend po at ibigay po ang inyong side, magpa-interview po sa Laban Kasama ang Bayan.
Well, that is 2022 pa, no? So wala akong tatanggap na formal invitation about that kasi mga network dito, kahit nga text, kapag talagang valid yung kanilang mga gustong itanong sa akin at di ba? At nagpapaudlak ako kahit na madaling araw 'yan. Pero wala akong message from the SMNI. Anyway, Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang malinis o malinawan sa ating mga kababayan, lalong-lalo na dun sa mga teachers Baka sabihin, talagang kinokolekta ko yung mga perang yan sa union dues. Meron po akong, actually pinatakbo ko pa dito, Mr. Chair, para makita po talaga ng taong bayan. At maano rin ng SMNI, ano bang ibig sabihin nitong 20 pesos na union dues? At ako, hindi po ako member ng union, bagamat ako yung founding chairman ng ACT-NCR Union noong 2011. So bago po nagkaroon ng mga collection ng mga union dues yan, tapos na ako noon, 2013 pa yata yan o 2014. So andito po, Mr. Chair, kung papayagan niyo po, isa o dalawang tanong lang po kay Sir Romel. Kay Sir Romel Tarala, Faculty Club President ng Justice Cecilia Muñoz Palma High School, QCPSTA, isa sa mga member ng QCPSTA and officer ng ACT-NCR Union din. So matanong ko na lang, Mr. Chair, kasi itong union dues na ito, na 20 pesos daw na kinokolekta every month, talagang meron naman yan, di ba? Tama ba, Sir Romel?
Yes po. Good afternoon po sa ating lahat.
Address your answer to our chair.
Mr. Chair and ladies and
Please.
gentlemen. I'm the faculty president of Justice Palma Secondary High School in Quezon City. We are all aware of the monthly dues. It's automatically deducted in our payslip, but it's divided into 4, no?
Oh, saan napupunta
Yung 5
itong 20
pesos is
na?
for the faculty club, and we are benefiting from that, no? Talagang ginagamit namin siya in all the faculty clubs, no, of Quezon City or NCR are receiving. And yung 5 pesos goes to the division office, 5 pesos goes to the ACT-NCR Union, and 5 pesos goes to ACT Philippines or ACT National.
Yes. Oh, so yun po yung division ng distribution ng 20 pesos. At ako ba ay nangongolekta? I mean, ako ba ay pinadadalhan ninyo ng something like doon portion ng 20 pesos nyo?
Ayan, no,
Ang office ba ng ACT Teachers
hindi
Party
po,
List?
ma'am.
Ayun.
No, we are all aware, no? The QCPS leaders and ACT-NCR leaders are very much aware, no, that itong monthly dues na ito, no, itong itong union dues no are being utilized no in different teachers welfare naman, at kitang-kita naman ito ng mga faculty club officers and union members.
Yes, so yun po officer po yan ng QCPSTA at magpapatunay po yan na wala akong hand dun sa anumang mga kinokolektang union dues. Okay? Nakatulad, contrary to doon sa sinasabi nilang whistleblower daw o yung yung isang teacher doon. At meron pa sana akong imbitahan, Mr. Chair, nilang nakarating, yung disbursement officer po ng ACT-NCR Union. Kasi yung ACT-NCR Union, dahil automatically deducted po yan sa payroll ng mga teachers, so yan po yung nagbibigay doon sa treasurer ng ACT-NCR. So no way na magkakaroon po tayo dyan ng any contribution for myself or for the party list for that matter. So yan po ay isa rin sa paninira, Mr. Chair, na talagang malaki rin yung magiging epekto niyan, sinasabi natin dito, mapaminsalang disinformasyon nga na hanggang ngayon, Mr. Chair, ito nag-check kami, hanggang ngayon ginagamit pa yan ng mga troll, yung mga ganitong mga maling information na talagang deliberately na ginagawa nitong programang ito, ay talagang malaki yung malaki yung nagagawa niyan dahil ginagamit siya ng mga trolls. Kung nagpapatuloy yan, Mr. Chair, talagang ang public natin niloloko at dinidisinform ng SMNI. Kaya talagang kung ako rin puro siguro tatanungin, Mr. Chair, isa rin yan sa batayan kung bakit dapat nating at hindi dapat maikumpara ang style na ginagawa ng SMNI sa style ng mga legitimate na mga network na talagang nagbibet muna ng mga walang patumangga ito na sinasabi wala man lang pasubali yung kanilang mga pagsasalita, dire-diretso talaga na paninira. Sana man lang merong daw or whatever, pero ito diretso talaga ng pagbibigay sa atin ng disinformation. So yun lang po, Mr. Chair, para pandagdag lang po doon sa sinasabi natin na part talaga yung SMNI o pinapayagan talaga ng SMNI yung mga ganitong mga disinformation. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Franz Castro. The Honorable Arlene Brosas is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, kanina I would like to be parang clarified kasi parang sinasabi kanina na apart from the franchise na meron ang SMNI, supposedly, yung mga platforms ay hindi covered nito. Tama po ba, Mr. Chair? So, ibig sabihin, walang pag-limit dun sa paggamit, halimbawa ng Facebook, nung mga sinasabi kanina, yung the following. So, Mr. Chair, I would like to ask yung NTC, meron ba kayong power para ito ay hindi kumalat, Mr. Chair? Kasi parang, apparently, pinag-uusapan natin dito, sinuspend na, lahat na ginawa, pero ano yung ginagawa ngayon ng NTC with regards to this? Kasi parang ilang violations to if ever, 'di ba? Dahil sinabi nga natin na hindi na dapat mag-ere at hindi na dapat lumabas itong mga misinformation, disinformation na nagaganap.
NTC, please reply to the query of the Honorable Arlene Brosas.
Mr. Chair, yung coverage po that the NTC issued covers the free-to-air operation of SMN of Suarasug. So ito po yung mga signals that are coming from over the air. However, yung the content that are being shown online is not covered by that because it's not within, hindi na po part ng franchise nila of the operations concomitant to the franchise, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Chair, no, kanina naman clearly sinabi na may mga violations. Tama ba, NTC? May violations ang SMNI, Mr. Chair? Ano ang mga specific violations nila after the cease and desist order, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair.
the NTC, the Honorable Brosas is
Because,
addressing the
Mr. Chair,
measure.
there's a pending case with the NTC. If the NTC will answer that, it will jeopardize NTC with respect to the constitutional principle of impartial court, Mr. Chair. If they will answer is whether or not there's violation on the part of SMNI, when in fact there's pending case with SMNI and submitted for decision, Mr. Chair.
You agree with the position raised by the Attorney Tolentino?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, we would like to reserve comment on that one as this is actually the issue. This is also part of the issue that part of the administrative case.
Yes, but you know, that's a question raised by a member of the committee, and it is your duty to reply to the and not hide under the rule just because they have a pending question before you, the NTC. It doesn't stop you from answering the question of the committee.
Yes, Your Honor, we
So
recognize
please
that.
reply.
Uh,
Thank you.
If we may be allowed to reply
Yes, please.
at a later time on that one, Your Honor, as we but we will comply. We will reply to the query, Mr. Chair.
The Honorable Brosas.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, yung NTC kasi, they noted, they received reports, no? Na showing that respondent SMNI did not strictly comply with the suspension aspect and was still operating in certain areas in Region 6 by as late as December 27, 2023, despite the 30-day suspension order issued by the NTC. Ngayon, maliban sa Region 6, meron pa bang report sa tanggap? Yun sana yung tatanungin ko, pero ayaw, baka hindi sasagutin ng NTC, no? Na nag-ooperate ng SMNI sa ibang lugar. Now, Mr. Chair, it seems like the SMNI has not taken seriously the suspension order of the NTC and its violations of several provisions of its franchise that were unveiled, no, nung na-discuss during the hearings dito sa House of Representatives, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, in reply to the query of the Honorable Arlene Brosas, based on the reports from the region, and Region 6 reported. It was Region 6, only that region reported on the continued operation. That is correct,
Mr. Chair.
Your Honor.
Thank you,
Sila
Mr.
po yung
Chair.
nag-submit ng
Oo.
report on that one. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chair, ngayon naman gusto kong maliwanagan doon sa kung pwede bang merong gawing aksyon ng NTC, no? Kaugnay dito sa mga platforms na ito, halimbawa sa social media accounts, yung binabanggit kanina, yung kasi ang active pa ngayon yung Facebook, SMNI, gikan sa masa para sa masa pulso ng bayan News Blast. Sa YouTube, laban kasama ang Bayan Sunshine Media, DZAR 1026. Tapos yung TikTok, SMNI News Pulso ng Bayan News Blast. May magagawa ba ang NTC dito, Mr. Chair?
Proceed. Please answer.
Just, if we may be allowed to explain a little,
Please.
Mr. Chair. Like what we mentioned earlier, the order issued by the NTC principally covers the privileges granted under the franchise of SMNI. And this includes the provisioning of free-to-air broadcast services, radio and television. Insofar as the other platforms like social media, we would like to inform that these are basically not within the realm of the operations of the franchise, Mr. Chair. So we are at this time limited only to the scope of what the franchise the authorities granted as a result of the franchise is covered, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, kung ganun yung mga lumalabas, puro red tagging, fake news, etc. dito sa mga following platforms na ito, Mr. Chair, hindi ba dapat ay i-address din natin tong usapin na ito, Mr. Chair? Hindi ba dapat i-suspend din natin yung operations, no, ng may mga record ng red tagging? And sino-sino, Mr. Chair, gusto nating malaman, sino-sino ba yung mga managers ng accounts na ito? Saka ano yung guidelines, social media posting ng SMNI sa program na ito, Mr. Chair?